Hello children, welcome to CA session. Today I will tell you about BlueJ practicals. For that, students, you should know how to install it. So there should be internet connection in your computer or laptop to download BlueJ. So first of all, you have to click on Google Chrome. You can see the Google Chrome is pinned up in the taskbar, or you can also click on Google Chrome icon available there on the desktop. In place of Google Chrome, you can use any other web browser like Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox. Now students, here in Google Chrome you have to write download BlueJ. You can click the first link available, this one. You have to download it for Windows, or depends on the operating system in your computer. You can download. It's downloading. I am using IDM Internet Download Manager, so it downloads fast. So students, it is downloaded. Now click on open folder, double click on BlueJ, click on next, check here install for all users of this machine, click on next, then next, then next, and install. Installation is going on. It will take some time. Now click on finish. You can see the BlueJ icon appear on the screen. You have to double click on it to open. Okay, you have to agree the terms and conditions. Now student, this is the first screen of the software of BlueJ that appears. When you double click on the icon, this screen will appear. Then you have to click on project and click on new project. Now students, here you can type any name. I am writing Neelam. Click on OK. Now you can see this project is created. Now you have to click on new class. Here you type code. Okay. The steps are given in your textbook also, how to use the software. So here you type code and then simply click on OK. A new class will be generated. Open the code class by double clicking. So students, this is actually the class file where you have to type the Java code. I am doing program 1, which is on page number 113. You have to write a method over here, or we can also call it function. That means a block of code. It starts with void. That means function is not returning any value. Here you can write any name like get input method. It's a simple input method which we are creating. Here we will enter different types of data. Now after that, you have to take a number over here, int, let it be a. Then I am taking float, means a decimal number, b, and I am taking a string, c. Okay, after every statement you have to write terminating symbol. Now students, you have to write import java.util.scanner. I told you to input value from the user so that the user can input the value. That is why we used to write this in first line. Okay, import java.util.scanner. At the top you have to write. After declaring the variables, I told you to write scanner KB new scanner system dot in. You have to write this once. Then after that type something system dot out dot print in double quotes you write enter a string, that means text. You have to write equal to here. Whenever there is error, software will show you the error. Then you have to write C equals to, why C? Because we told user to enter a string, and so you have to take string variable C here. Okay, so C, and then after that KB dot next line. Okay, so this way you have to write C equals to KB dot next line. This I have taught you while explaining theory. You have to write space here. Okay, whenever there is error, the system will tell you that there's a mistake somewhere. Now we will compile the software. For that we have to call this function. Which function? This function, get input method. So you write get input method here. Like this. That's it. Simply write method name, simple bracket, and then terminating symbol. Compile it. See, the class compiled, no syntax errors. Then you have to go to the file where we created new project and the new class. Right click the code class, and here you write new code, and whatever is written code 1, you can change name also, or you can simply click on OK. Code 1 object will be created, and then right click again, and here you can see void get input method, so click on it. Now here students, you can see the output, enter a string. As we mentioned in the output, we have to enter the string now. So we will type something like I am typing Neelam. See where it is typed here. I have entered Neelam here, and then press enter. Got it? So what is input now? At the runtime, if we have to enter the value, then we can enter with the help of this method. What we did? See, in the beginning you have to write import space java.util.scanner. S should be capital. In the last you have to write terminating symbol. Then a void function we have created. Okay, void, and the function name is get input method. Here you can write any method name. You can even write your name here, because it will be of your own choice. Okay, it is actually an identifier. Identifiers are actually name given to different parts of the program that I have taught you in theory. Now I have taken integer variable, that is A, then I have taken decimal number, that is B, and a variable C which will store a string. Now whatever string I will enter, it will be stored in C variable. So I entered C, so in C Neelam will be stored. Now scanner. Okay, the scanner that we called here, it is actually the library file that we are including. So scanner, then we have taken a new scanner variable KB. This line you have to include after declaring the variables. Got it? Now new, then scanner, S capital. In the parenthesis you have to write capital S system.in. Okay, that terminating symbol. Now you can type output, whatever you want to print on the screen, like enter your name, hello, how are you, or simply what is your name. Anything can be asked over here inside the double quote. You can type the message and it will be printed on the screen. Then you have to write C equals to, why C? Because I will be storing the string in C. So C equals to KB dot next line. Okay, next line is used because we will ask user to enter the text. Okay, now we will ask user to enter something else also. So let's copy. Okay, here now I will ask user to enter a number. Then in place of in kb.next line, first of all variable we will take a, then kb dot in place of next line we will use next int. Got it? I capital in this. Okay, if we have to take int variable a and want user to enter a number at the runtime, then you have to write a here and then equals to kb dot without space next and then int, kb dot next int. So I is capital here. For long you will write next long. Okay, then float you will write next float. For double you will write next double. In that the int, double and all, first letter will be capital. Okay, so let's see this. Compile, click on compile. Class compiled, no syntax errors. First go to the first screen, right click, click on new code. The new object will be generated. You can write any name over here. I will not write anything, simply click on OK. The code1 class is created for the code. Right click, choose void get input method because again we have entered a line in it. So click on it. Now you can see enter a string that I have written earlier will be printed over here. Now enter a string will be asked again. Okay, if you want to clear it, we can click on clear. Got it? Okay, here we have to enter something first. Okay, then it is asking to enter a number. So enter any number like 100. Output you have seen, it's working as we want. Now we will enter a float. Again enter one more line so that we can ask the user to enter float. Okay, so I'm copying, enter a decimal number. I will write enter a decimal number. Here we will take b because b I have taken as float. Here in place of next int you have to write next float. Next float and then save it. Compile, no syntax errors. Go to the first screen, then right click code class, click on new code and click on OK. Now here right click and then choose void get input method. Whatever we have written earlier will be here only. Okay, then click enter a string, let it be hello world this time. Okay, enter a number, let it be 12. Enter a decimal number, let it be 12.0. Okay, so decimal number will be inserted. Hope you understood this program. This is our first BlueJ program to input 3 values from the user. User can enter a number over here. User can enter a decimal number as well as user can enter a string over here, that means text. I hope you understood. So students, in the next video I will upload next practical. Thank you. Have a nice day.